What's up, Cloud Life? It's Overflow Nexus, the channel of faith, trading, and wealth, giving you the latest and greatest updates in the game. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about starting from zero. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. God bless you guys. Thank you for being here and joining tonight. Y'all know it has been a while since I put out a stream for you guys. I have been extremely busy. I've been working out more, been going to church. I've been focusing more on myself, focusing on getting better, just doing more personal development, spiritually, physically, emotionally, and also in other areas of my life as well. And also been hanging out with my family a lot more, so I have not been really doing too much streaming. Also been working on other projects too, so y'all, I know y'all want me to be on stream all the time and always want me to give you guys content and stuff, but sometimes you got to learn how to start over from scratch, get out of the game for a while, study, the field, see what you're doing, look at what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, and go from there. So yeah, I know I haven't been in the game in a while, but it is what it is. I'm thankful for you guys that have stuck around anyway. To show some love and respect to the channel. So I do appreciate that. We do have quite a few topics tonight. I will read them out because otherwise I will forget. But I'm glad that y'all are here, though. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, supporting. The topics that we will be covering tonight, obviously starting from zero. Word of the day will be one of them. Character development from failure. Cancel culture, lack of freedom of speech, and we'll do some market analysis towards the end of tonight's stream. But yeah, once again, I appreciate you guys once again for tuning in. Like I said, I've been busy, keeping myself busy. I always like to stay busy because if I'm not busy, I become super lazy. I know myself, and when you know yourself that well, you have to make decisions that will keep you going forward and not going backwards. So it's best to know yourself. But as y'all see in the title of today, starting over from zero. It's funny because I always had this argument with my sister. It's a silly argument, but you know how people say zero, how everybody says number one is the first number in the numerical values, but I always say zero is the first number, even though it doesn't have any value. Zero comes before one technically. So I always say zero. I always argue zero comes first. So starting from zero, that's why I named it zero. But you also have to know, and I'll get into more why I called it starting from zero too, but I will talk about it. What's up, Justin? How you doing? You said, hey bro, long time no see. Keep my wife's family in prayer. My brother-in-law passed away this Friday. My condolences to you, brother. I'm sorry that happened. Yeah, don't worry about watching the whole stream, man. I'm sorry that happened. Losing a family member that's close, especially someone that you love dearly, and especially nowadays, is everybody takes that to heart. So my condolences to you and your family. I pray in the name of Jesus that you and your family receive the peace of mind that y'all need during this time, that y'all are able to overcome, and that y'all are able to grow closer in these times of y'all's lost loved one. So my bad that this has happened, bro. And I hope I hope the Lord blesses y'all with love, peace, and joy out of this situation that has become negative. So God bless you, brother. What's up, Eric? How you doing? You said have notifications on and even click notify me when you posted last night for upcoming stream. Glad I remembered because I didn't get any notifications. Yeah, man, I'm not surprised. I don't know. I'm changing how I do things here because I have to play by a certain game now, because the way social media is, the way YouTube is, the way certain things are, I have to change up how I do things. So that's part of why today is called starting from zero. Hey sister, how you doing? How you doing tonight? Appreciate you joining. But y'all have to understand that a lot of things is changing in the social media space, changing from. I will cover that today though, but I want y'all to know that things are changing rapidly, and you have to speak eloquently and smart and choose your words carefully. And don't worry about getting canceled if you're gonna get canceled. That I'm not saying be worried about that, but I'm saying the way things are going nowadays, people are so quick to cancel people nowadays so quickly, just like that. Somebody that I used to watch on YouTube, I actually no, actually I'm not. I just recently started watching like a month ago. They had they were about to hit 1 million subscribers on their YouTube channel, and then YouTube just wiped their whole channel just yesterday. So I'm like, man, that's crazy. So it's just because of what they had said, and they didn't even get a warning. They just deleted their whole channel without warning. So it's like, dang. So I realized that could happen to me at any point because I say some pretty crazy stuff. That's why I made another account just in case things go south for this channel. I'm already have stuff prepared for that just in case, because you never know. I might be here today, gone tomorrow, so you never know. But if y'all, cause I won't, cause YouTube's been acting funny. It's the lack of freedom of speech on YouTube. People get shadow banned here, as you said, Eric. You said you didn't even get a notification, even though you click the notification, which is crazy. So that just lets you know there's agenda out there for certain voices, certain certain messages that are being pushed by certain people. So that's why if you're going to say something, be mindful of how you say it. Say it, with conviction, of course, if you mean what you're saying, but also say it in a way that nobody can misconstrue what you're saying and could turn it into a weapon against you. That's why you had Andrew Tate banned. That's why you have you almost had Kevin Samuels banned. You had the guy that was watching, Asian guy, Sneeko. I don't know if y'all ever heard of him. I just recently started watching him. His channel completely disappeared from YouTube. So, yeah, it's crazy how all these platforms are just, banning people left and right. So I'm being more mindful of what I say. You said say with your chest out. Yeah, that's the best way to say it. Say with your chest out, mean what you say. Because, at the same time, you got to know the game. There's a way certain things need to be said. And like I say, y'all know I will say whatever, and I will make sure y'all understand what I'm saying. If y'all don't, if people don't like it, then I can't please everybody. But I do have a scripture for y'all today. It has to do with starting over. What is this? Somebody sent me a reel on Instagram. I'll have to check that out later. But the scripture today is coming from Isaiah 43. If y'all want to write this down, it's Isaiah 43, 18 through 19. And it fits today. It says here, remember ye not the former things, neither consider the things of old. Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. So here it's saying, remember not the former things. So I know some of us, and myself included, this message is for me as well. But there's sometimes where you think of the old things that has happened to you. Maybe you think about your past sometimes. Maybe you have experiences that affect your decision making. And the Lord's saying, don't remember the former things of what happened, because God's always trying to do something new in your life. And he's trying to get you away from old thinking, from old experiences, from old anything, and maybe even people from the past, old things. He doesn't want you to go back to those things. He's trying to do a new thing in you, and he wants you to recognize it, that he's doing it. You might not see it immediately because you're so fixed on what's in front of you and what you have been through. But even though that you have been through certain things, You need to be aware that God is doing something new in your life, because when we give our life to Christ Jesus, you have to realize that you are a new creature, and being a new creature means new things to come, uh, new way of thinking, uh, uh, new doing stuff new in your life. Like for me right now, I'm working out more. I'm actually going to talk about what I'm getting ready to do, because this has been on my mind for a long time, and I finally said, you know what, I'm gonna start, moving in that direction. So, getting a new routine, seeing yourself in the way God sees you and not how the world sees you or how you view yourself, looking at yourself more positively than negatively. You have to look at yourself new. And this is very important if you want to grow as a person. And so, one of the things that the Lord is really trying to do, even though things might not look to be going your way, He's always going to have. In the last part of the scripture here, I'm going to read this part because this is what really got me. It says, I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. If y'all know what a desert is, there's not really any rivers in the desert. So for a river to be in the desert, not saying that there's because most of the time a desert's just dry land, sand, dry, hot, terrible. And maybe every occasion you'll come across an oasis or something. But if you know what a desert is, it's pretty much desolate, dry lands, and that's crazy. So it says, I will even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. If you are going through something right now and you don't know how you're going to get through it, it's because God's trying to teach you that He wants you to rely solely on Him and not on your own power or your own might, your own thinking, your own ability. Because when you start doing things in your own power, your own mind, and your own ability, you discredit or you take away a movement that God's trying to do in your life. And that's what God's trying to teach some people that are going through certain things right now. And myself included, because there's things that I'm going through and I'm like, Lord, I don't know what you're doing, but I trust you. And it starts with trusting in Him anyway. So you have to learn how to trust Him and move in a way that you're not speaking negative. You're keeping you're not just speaking negative. You're not complaining about where you're at. You're solely joyful that the Lord is working on some stuff in your life and He's about to arrange things in your favor. So like I said, for a river to be in the desert, God is making that river in your desert where things were dry in your life. He's going to make sure that those things are going to be new and be nourished, so you could be good in the place that He's trying to take you in your life. What's up, KP? How you doing? You said, yeah, I don't get any notifications on YouTube from my crypto peeps going live. I used to, not anymore. Yeah, YouTube's doing all sorts of stuff. I have no idea what that's about. One of the things is you may have to hit the bell notification on the home page, and then hit the notify me button. I don't know. I can't say because YouTube is doing some crazy stuff. But I don't know. I can't. I really don't know. I can't say. But let me see if anybody is watching from Twitch right now, because I'm on YouTube and Twitch right now. I got one person from Twitch. What's up? How you doing? Everybody else is on YouTube. So I got 8 people watching from YouTube. No, 7 people from YouTube, 1 person from Twitch. So I appreciate y'all all for tuning in tonight. Thank y'all. And I hope the word that I gave you guys, registered with you, really spoke to you. If it did, I'm happy. Hope that you meditate on the word. The scriptures say to meditate on God's word. So if you need to meditate on the scripture, meditate on Isaiah 43, 18 through 19. It will really help you. It's something that's I'm trying to speak into myself as well and get that message in my head as well. So one of the things that I wanted to say to you guys, the reason why I have not been as active on YouTube, I have been working out a little bit more than usual. I'm trying to get back into fighting shape. I want to say this because my biggest passion is martial arts and fighting. Y'all, some of y'all know that, some of y'all don't. But I want to try out doing this YouTube boxing MMA YouTube scene. I want to get in shape for it. I want to see how far I could go in it and see if I could get up to knock Jake Paul out. I think I really believe I could knock out Jake Paul. I'm not being funny. I'm being for real. Those YouTube influencers, they're different. The thing about them, they just have money and they have time and they could dedicate their life to this, which is cool. But I noticed they don't really do it for the pure joy for the sport. They do it for the money, and that's cool. But if they come across like a real fighter, a real boxer, oh yeah, they're gonna get trashed. I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry actually. I'm just stating the facts. The KSI, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, who else? All them other big YouTubers that are fighting, they don't really have talent. I'm sorry. I watch, and I'm like, man, I've been training in combat sports since high school, so I got like how long? Like 12 years on them, and I'm a lot more experience. But I'm like, man, if these guys could make it, goodness gracious, I need to start talking trash so I can fight one of these dudes and do a live stream for you guys on the fight. So I think y'all would like to see a live stream fighting event. Would y'all not? Like, let me know in the chat. Would y'all like to see a live stream fighting event? Because that'd be pretty cool in my opinion. But anyway, that's something that I have been working on. I have been trying to get in better shape. I'm not in the shape that I used to be in, so I'm like, okay, I know I could get there. It's just gonna be a lot more discipline, a lot of eating better. I don't eat the best right now, but I'm changing that. Another thing that I also told you I have been going to church as well. I also have I've just been focusing on moving forward. So that's one thing I wanted to say. Just moving forward, I'm not afraid to start over. I started over in a lot of things actually, even up to this point in my life. Starting over is not always the funnest thing to do, but it is. It's sometimes you have to start over. You have to quit sometimes. Start over. Not necessarily when I say quit, I don't mean like give up. What I'm saying, like, you need to put some stuff on the back burner, leave it alone, and focus more on another area and start moving forward in that. Sometimes people try to multitask, do all this stuff, but they're not really putting too much attention in the thing that they need to put attention to. And so you have to, slow down, stop for a moment, and then start over. If one of the funniest things, because if you look in the Bible, whenever you give your life to Christ, you're literally starting over. You're starting your life over again. You're born again. So when you're born again, you do have that you have a fresh slate, so to speak, when you give yourself to Christ. So having that new that fresh slate, that start over, that new beginnings, so that people say, when you have a new beginning, you get to start in a way that's it's just like how people on the first of the year or the beginning of the month, how they always have plans for the beginning of the month and they follow through for the rest of the month. It's the same thing. When you start over in something, you have to really dedicate your time, effort, and emotion and energy into what you're doing. So starting over is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. If you remember in Scripture, God started over when He flooded the earth, and that's like one of the best things, ways to say it, because think of. Okay, so look at it like this. I try to look at things from God's perspective sometimes. I'm like, okay, God, why would you flood the earth? Think of like an artist, right? And anybody that has drawn a picture, I used to be an artist, but I can't draw for nothing no more. So think of an artist, right? You're drawing a picture, and you make one, like you make a mark on your paper, right? And that mark on your paper ruined the whole image, right? What you had envisioned. So I'm not saying like the way the Lord set it up. He made everything the way it's supposed to be, but people's free will jacked up what he had intended. So it's the people that are making the mistakes, not the Lord. People made the mistakes, and God's like, okay, I don't like what I'm seeing, so I'm gonna flood this earth, start over. But the plan is, I'm gonna start over with this family, these animals, and we're gonna go from there. So once he flooded the earth, started over with Noah and his family, the world repopulated, and it just lets you know that starting over is not bad. If God could start over something, you can too. It's not a bad thing to start over. You just have to have a plan when you start over. What I suggest, if you do start over in anything, start over with the Lord. Start over with God leading you in everything that you do. When you are starting over, say like a relationship, say your last relationship was trash. You treated her bad, or she treated you bad, or you didn't have the finances in the relationship. Maybe there was nagging. Whatever the case was, this time you have a new start in a brand new relationship. You're going into this relationship, right? Once you go into this new relationship, look at it like this. Say, okay, I saw what I did wrong in this last relationship. I saw what they did wrong in this last relationship. I now know the red flags of what to look for. So, Lord, this time, now that I know what I'm doing in this relationship, I want you to direct me in who should I date in this next time I look for somebody. So, if you're just getting out of a relationship, just start doing this. Start looking at people with if you're serious. I'm talking about the people that are serious about relations, not the people that are trying to get some and get out. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking about the people that are serious. So the people that are serious about relationships, if you're gonna get a relationship, every person that you think about talking to, or every person that you think about getting with, ask the Lord, should I speak to them? And he's just gonna say yes or no, or he'll just show you the signs of that person, and you'll know, okay, I don't like that, so that's a red flag. No, I'm out. There's things that I look at and I test people when like now, if I consider talking to me personally, if I consider wanting to talk with somebody, what I look for, if you're asking me to do something for you, one of the first things I will look for, if you're going to ask me, is, are you going to do this? Are you going to do the same thing for me that you're asking of me? So if you ask me to, maybe cook for you, whatever, something simple, and I asked you back, are you going to cook for me? Just reciprocation. Can you reciprocate what I'm giving you as well? That's one thing that's really big in relationships. Are you going to reciprocate what they're giving back to you? If you ask for something, can you do it back for them? If you can't, then that's kind of a red flag for me, saying you're not really, it's one-sided, and you expect this from me, but you don't want me to have expectations for you. So you have to test people when you are getting to know them, starting to want to date them or whatever. That's why that's why I always ask questions. I always look at what people want, and if they want something, I test it. Like, say, okay, let me see if they'll do the same for me. If not, bye. I'm not gonna play with you. One of the things I don't like is when people waste my time, and I don't like wasting people's time. So I'm not gonna waste my time. I look for certain things and I go for it. What's up? Who's this? What's up, Anon from Twitch? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. God bless you. So it looks like I got another person watching from Twitch. Good. But anyway, so that being said, it just lets you know you have to, if you're going to get in a relationship with someone, you have to test them out. You have to see where they're coming from. Don't be afraid of starting over. Whether that, like I said, whether that be relationships, which is what I started off with, business. I had a business before before my day trading. I was a personal trainer. When I was a personal trainer, I worked in a recreation center for the city. I got registered with the city. I worked for the city where I live. And so when I worked for the city, I was working with children, older people, men and women, just a different bunch of people, right? So what ended up happening, I was getting comfortable working for the recreation center, but to grow your business, you have to go to another level. So what I end up doing, I didn't leave the recreation immediately. What I ended up doing, I stayed at the recreation center, but I expanded my business. I went up to going to a gym, Fitness Connection, if y'all know Fitness Connection. I went from the recreation center to working in Fitness Connection, and I was working the rec center, Fitness Connection, and doing my stuff on the side as well. So that's how I started growing my business, but I had to start over from a new place. So then what ended up happening, I was growing so much that I wanted to get more involved in martial arts because I like doing martial arts training. So I started working at the UFC gym. I used to be a UFC coach at the gym in Plano. If y'all live in Dallas, if you ever went to Plano, that's where I was at. I was at the UFC gym in Plano. So I was at a UFC coach, working at Fitness Connection. Then I was also doing my stuff on the side. Then I was also working at the recreation center. So I was doing all those things. So I started over again at the UFC gym. So I kept on starting over to build clientele, grow the business, start over here. But it got to the point where it was getting to be too much, so I had to cut something off. So I ended up cutting the recreation center because the recreation center was starting to get slow. So I said, okay, this makes the most sense. So they just kept my information just in case I ever come back. So, because once you work for the city, you work for the city. You're the city. But what ended up happening was I cut working from the recreation center, and I was doing everything else. So I was doing just growing business, getting better, and starting over. So then it got to the point where what ended up happening, just all around everything. Because if anybody's ever been a personal trainer that's watching, being a personal trainer, nowadays it's a little bit easier because there's new technology now for that. But back then it was a little bit different. But now, anyway, let me get to the point. So what ended up happening, business was going slow at all the gyms, even side training people was going slow. So I said, okay, I need to figure something out. So what ended up happening, I got into day trading eventually. Been day trading since 2015. 2015, 2014, around that time. Didn't take it as serious as now, but I took it a little bit more serious. Once that started to take off, I pretty much quit personal training. Was just personal training people on the side on top of doing day trading, and working at, I think I was working at Walmart too at the time as well. So I was just to add business, get some revenue going as well. Didn't like it because it sucks, but other than that, that's what I was doing. So starting over, like I said, it's not a bad thing. But here's what you do though, because even though I felt like a failure letting my business go, let me see which one is it. Here's the next topic: character development from failure. So anybody that has faced failure, period, knows that failure sucks. It's one of the worst feelings that you could possibly have. Failure in being, whether that's being a friend, a good parent, whether that's failure in being a good businessman or woman, failure in, failure in whatever. maybe even marriage or relationship, whatever it is. But being a failure sucks. So the character development that you gain from failure, you gain more persistence if you don't crumble and break. You also, in the term of, you gain more patience as well. When it comes to failure, because you see everything as it is, and you wait for certain things to build up before you move too fast into something. You are better equipped for the next time around. It develops your how would I say it? Your cognitive decision making. How about that? Your decision making goes up, and your discernment goes up when you have failure in certain things, and you gain wisdom. Wisdom is also a part of failure as well, and that builds your character, which is a good thing if you take it as such. So don't be afraid of fail. Failure is not it's not a terrible thing. It's not the best feeling, but it is also something that we do go through as people, in different stages of our life. Maybe it might be early in life, maybe it might be in the middle of our life, maybe it might be towards the end of our life. But a lot of people in life go through failure, which is something that everybody has in common. Now, if someone says that they've never failed in life, I'll be like, man, I don't know who you are, but you just got it like that, I guess. Like, I ain't never seen nobody that has ever not failed in life. Like, you came out the womb riding motorcycle bikes. Instead, you didn't even go from bicycle. You went right to motorcycle. You just got skill like that. But anyway, jokes aside. But yeah, you have to learn how to embrace failure. It's not always bad. Especially if you are a man, you have to know how to face failure, because especially if you're gonna speak. And here's one of the big things as a just from, because I know most people that watch this channel are men, so I'm gonna give men advice. If you're going to be a man, you're gonna have to embrace failure a lot, a lot of failure, especially in the dating world. So embrace the failure, because it's gonna help you develop your character. One way to avoid total failure is also by embracing the Lord to direct you in everything you do. There's a scripture that says, acknowledge the Lord in all thy ways and lean not onto your own understanding, he shall direct your path. Now, when you ask God for certain things in your life, how to move about, how to direct, how to do business, how to date, how to do whatever, you're not going to face failure at all, because God's not going to lead you to failure. The only person that's going to lead you to failure is yourself and the enemy, aka the devil. But here we go. The thing is, you have to realize failure is going to be all on you if you do fail. With God, you can't fail. That's why he also says to us, all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord. Anything that you do, mistakes, God's going to work it out in your favor. And that's why he's a good God, he's a gracious God, and he's a loving God, because of that. People's failure, when people fail, they get so beat up on themselves that they just want to give up completely in maybe not every aspect of their life, but a lot of aspects of their life. They just have a negative tone in everything that they do, and having a negative tone in everything you do is not a healthy case. So you have to look at life through a different lens. You have to look at life through how God looks at life for you. And God does not see you as a failure. He sees you as a victor, which is why he says you are more than a conqueror, because he gave you a spirit of power, and not of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. So if you have the Spirit of God in you, he's not going to allow you to fail. He's going to allow things to happen to you, but he's not going to allow you to fail completely, to where you just like, okay, life sucks. I'm throwing in the white flag, And no, he's not going to allow that. What he's doing, he's preparing you to move in a way to allow you to go through character development, to not just for your good, but he's doing it for his glory's sake too, because he wants to get the glory out of your story. God just wants to get you to a place where you're totally leaning on him, so you won't have failure. You'll have downs, but that's not really failure in God's eye. That's just character building in his eyes. He allowed David to go through downs. David felt like a failure when he okay, let me tell you the story of David. It's funny because David was a promiscuous man. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, if y'all read the context of the Bible, I'm just saying he loved some women, and if I'm thinking like David, and I'm pretty sure I am, because the Lord said I'm like David one time. I'm pretty sure David was going after tens. I'm just saying, David's tasting women was 10 and above. I'm just saying it had to be. Solomon too. But anyway, point is, so what David did, if y'all read the scripture, David literally had one of his soldiers killed to get with his wife. I'm just saying, when I read that scripture, I like, man, Lord, she must have been the baddest chick in the world, because there ain't no way you gonna send homie on the front line to get killed to get his wife. Like, she must have been bad. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's a good thing. It's not a good thing. But I'm just saying, I'm just saying that David, he did what he did. But anyway, when David did that, the Lord was not pleased, because he got the woman pregnant. He got the man's wife pregnant, and he ended up dying on the front lines. And what ended up happening after that, the Lord told David that he was going to take away the child. Pretty much when the child was born, the child was dead, like born to die. So you have to realize, in that moment, David felt like he not just let God down. He probably also felt like he wasn't a good, because he was king at that time. He probably felt like a dirty king at the time. I'm trying to put myself in David's shoes, how he felt at that time, because you have to realize he was in a prestigious position. Being a king of a nation is I'm pretty sure it's hard work. So knowing this information about you, people talking about you, people knowing this about you, you probably must have felt like a failure at that time. But God redeemed him, and God ended up giving him Solomon later on down the line. So where you mess up, I'm not condoning people to mess up purposefully, but if you do mess up, just know God can redeem you, because he is called a redeemer for a reason. He's your refuge, your redeemer, your fortress, and he can get you out of places that you didn't think there was no way to get out of. That's why you see people that, like I was telling you about the scripture earlier, the scripture that was talking about the river in the desert. If God's going to put a river in the desert of your life, think of all the dry places in your life, the things that are dead in your life, the things that have no life in your life. God wants to revive those areas in your life, and that's going to come through trusting him, listening to him, and getting out that old mindset, that old way of thinking, and you thinking that you're a failure, and you believing that you're more than a conqueror, that you conquered all these things that are put before you. Yes, you did fall, but through your fall, you grew in your character, and in your character, you developed more patience, more power, a new mindset. You gained wisdom in your failure. And for the next time, you're not going to allow certain things to happen because of it. So this is why it's important to if you do have failure, embrace it, move forward, and ask the Lord how to overcome the failure that you have. That's the best thing that you can do. So just wanted to put that out there. Hope you guys got the message or got some more of the message. Let me see what else I got for you guys. I got to read all my stuff out today because I'm like, man. But if y'all are still here, put some fire emojis in the chat. Also, hit that like button. Allow the algorithm to find this channel, or to display the channel. It would help the algorithm because YouTube is kind of funny when it comes to the algorithm, as y'all already know. But yeah, that's one thing I want y'all to know. It's okay to fail, but don't let failure overcome you. Overcome the failure. And if you do fail, let your character be developed in that failure. It's okay. The other big thing that we're going to be talking about tonight is cancel culture. It's crazy how cancel culture has become, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to put, I think I might just bind these two together, talking about a mix of cancel cultures and the lack of freedom of speech. It's very interesting how things are going. I'm going to start with cancel culture, and then I'm going to intertwine it with freedom of speech. Because most of the people that are being canceled is because of the lack of freedom of speech. If you look at how media treated Donald Trump, whether you like him or not, I'm not saying I like him, I'm not saying I dislike him. All I'm saying is the way they treated him was unfair, because they pretty much, on Twitter, they canceled every single thing that the man said. They shut his Twitter off, didn't even give him a chance to speak his mind. When you see that happening to a political figure that had, and he was president at the time when they were doing this, which was even more crazy. So if they could do that to a president, imagine what they do to you. I'm just saying, if they could silence a president and you're a nobody in the eyes of the government, or in the eyes of people in power, so to speak, let's say it like that. That just lets you know they could do far more worse things to you, because no one knows who you are. So if they want to silence you, your beliefs, the way you're thinking, your philosophy, what if you are a philosopher, whatever it is, they could silence you instantly. So just know that that's a case for some people. Andrew Tate, they silenced him. They canceled him. He actually was the most searched man on social media, and not just social media, on all platforms of the internet. Google. It was actually crazy because he was more searched than Kim Kardashian, which is insane. So if someone says they don't know who Andrew Tate is, they have to live under a rock. I'm just saying. Because like, maybe you aren't on the internet that much, but at some points, Andrew Tate was the talk of social media. So I'm thinking everybody has an idea of who the man is. But anyway, he was canceled for stuff that he said, and not really the stuff that he said, the stuff that was in his past that was brought up, that was actually lies. They had said that the man was a sex trafficker, but one of the women that worked for him, she had made up a lie about him, and it wasn't even true. So she ended up coming out later saying, that wasn't true. She pretty much made it up. So for him to get canceled for something that happened in the past that wasn't true, and then they jumped on the bandwagon that he's a misogynist, that he hates women. I don't agree with everything that he said, but he says some stuff that makes you get your attention and say, okay, there's some truth to what he's saying here, okay. But if you look at the context of what he says, and you have a mind that you could think on your own, and don't have the mind that follows the flock of people, you will know that he said what he had to say. It's like if I was to say I And I'm gonna say what this real quick because this is something that I believe. If I was to come out and say I don't uh, if you are a wealthy person and you are rich, I don't believe you should be fat. I personally believe that because if you have finances, if you have time, especially because if you have money, you obviously have time, but that means you're lazy. If you're overweight or obese and wealthy, like Lizzo, she's making money, right? Now, if she's working out, cool, fine. I'll take that back if that's the case. But if you are wealthy, making a good amount of money, I know you have time, but the thing is, you don't manage your time to take care of your physical body. So if you're a fat person, like I said, I'm gonna say this one more time. If you're a fat person and you have money, like lots of money, you have no reason to or no excuse to be fat. You have no excuse to be fat. I don't care if this comes off as fat shaming because I will shame a fat person. I'm sorry, that's just me. I don't believe you should be. I don't think people should be fat or obese. People make a lot of excuses. Oh, this I'm big bone. Okay, okay, fat liar. You're a fat liar. I'm just stop lying. You're just lazy. Call it for what it is. You're just lazy. You don't want to put in the work because it sucks. Working out sucks. Anybody that has worked out knows working out sucks. But it's more rewarding to work out and have a nice, healthy figure and get in somewhat good shape. You don't have to be anorexic. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you have to be fit. And what fit is not just aesthetically pleasing. There's different categories of fitness. There's mobility. There's flexibility. There's your physique. There's dieting right and eating right. There's different elements to fitness. The only people that really kind of have it right is CrossFitters, but I hate CrossFitters because they don't exercise right. So some of them do because they have good coaches, but most CrossFitters kind of suck. But once again, I will say this again. If you are wealthy and you have money and you are fat, I can't respect you. I really can't because you have all this time and you don't put into your health. It does not make sense to me. Now, if y'all have a fat friend, y'all better don't tell them to come to my live stream because I will. If you are fat, I'm talking to you. I don't care. I will look you in your face and say you need to get in the gym. You need to work out. Like I'm harsh on my. That's this. Okay, someone had asked me. Someone had asked me this recently. I'm trying to remember who it was. It was either a friend or who was it? A friend of mine or a family member. They had asked me about their size and like, you want me to hurt your feelings today? Yeah, like I don't mind hurting your feelings today. Like I'm going to say it as is and be totally, straight up about it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. Gotta be straight up about it. So I just told them like, yeah, you're a little fat, but you could work out, and if you work out, you could tone up, get in, hit the right areas, and be good. But if you, like I said, I don't think, like I said, I don't think people should be fat. I really don't. Y'all could say it's fat shaming, whatever. I already told y'all I fat shame. I'm not even gonna hide that. I think we have a sensitive society now that you can't say certain things. Back in the 80s, you used to be able to say midget. Now you can't say midget no more. Now you have to say little people. But if you look up the definition of midget, it's literally describing a little person. You can't even say now. See, I'm like, okay, maybe I'm about to be ignorant right now, but whatever. You can't even say the word. There's another word that they changed. Retard. You can't even say retard no more. Now, if you look up the definition of retard, I'll even pull it up for y'all so y'all don't think I'm crazy. Because y'all, I know we have some sensitive people that watch the stream sometimes. But if you look up the definition of retard, it's actually not a bad term. It's not a bad word, actually. It's just society has taught you to think things are bad. Let me show you the definition of retard real quick. All right. Oh, you can't see it. I think I might have to. Hold on a second. Can I adjust this real quick? Wait a minute. I'm gonna just actually no. You know what I can do? I'm gonna just read it out to you guys. Let me do that. I'm gonna just read it out to you guys. So the definition of retard: delay or hold back in terms of progress, development, or accomplishment. Retard. What's the other word? And here's the other one. A person who has a mental disability often use, well, okay, I guess. Well, here they say a term of abuse, but it's not really abusive. You're describing a characteristic of somebody. It's like if someone called me Negro or black. That's obviously what I am. If I called someone a white guy or Asian, that's obviously what you are. If I said someone's retarded, what I'm saying to you, if you look at the definition of, this is why you have to understand words. And you have to understand that words mean things and they mean specific things. Now, depending on what tense you're using the word means something. This is why social media is so weird and soft nowadays, because people don't know the words of stuff. I was watching, and I'm about to get back to this, but if I was watching a podcast, and this woman called this man a misogynistic person, right? And he says, "Do you know the definition of a misogynist?" And she gave him the wrong definition. The definition of a misogynist is someone that hates women. And one of these days I'm gonna pull up the clip, or I might just post it on my Twitter page or my Reddit group. But point is, you have to know the context or the definition of words, because people will try to cancel people because of the words that they chose, and without people really knowing the definition of the words. But going back to retard, because I just wanted to put that out there. If I said someone's retarded, all I'm saying is you're pretty much, I'm either saying, you have a mental disability, or I'm being kind of rude and saying you're kind of acting slow right now. So you have to know there's really two definitions to the word retarded or retard, whatever. So I don't understand why people make such a big deal about certain things. All I know is that people misconstrue words all the time, and people always want to point fingers and get mad at people for certain things that was said or done. Now, if you disagree with what I'm saying, you're free to say something in the chat. I don't mind if you disagree with me. Just make sure if you do disagree with what I'm saying, tell me why you disagree, or if you agree, let me know why you agree. But I don't like how people don't have critical thinking no more. People don't critically think for themselves no more, and that's what's wrong with society. People just follow a popular voice or a voice that makes that makes sense, I guess, and they run with it. They don't really try to learn anything or have their own their own thinking. People don't think for themselves anymore. People are like sheep. They follow the flock, which is nothing wrong with being a sheep. But if you're gonna be a sheep with some sense. I'm saying, I'm just saying, like, understand. Have your own way of thinking. Don't always believe everything that you hear on social media. Question it. It's okay to question things and confide it. But people don't think no more, and that's why it's so easy for what they're doing in society now. So it's easy to cancel people now because people don't think. People say, "Oh, this person's a bad person." Why are they a bad person? Because they said so. Okay, they're a bad person because they said so. Okay, So everybody canceled him. Okay. Everybody canceled Andrew Tate for that reason. Everybody canceled Donald Trump for that reason. A lot of women hated Kevin Samuels for that reason. Y'all didn't even listen to what the people were saying. People don't listen no more. That's the problem. People don't take time to listen, dissect what's being said, and make a reasonable or their own decision based on what they're saying. They stick with what people say, hate on what they say, and be done. Some people just listen. They listen just to fight, and those are people that you're not going to change their mind regardless as if you have evidence, facts, data, whatever, because they're fighting with feelings and not with facts. So you have to get out your feelings and not fight with feelings, fight with facts and fight with truth. And that's the problem nowadays. People are so much caught in their feelings versus the facts. But it is what it is. Maybe I think too much. Maybe I see things in a way that people, I don't know. Y'all let me know, because sometimes I feel that people don't speak up enough about certain things because they're scared of being canceled or scared of whatever. But if you're scared of being canceled, you might as well, live under a rock and not do life, because everybody's not going to agree with what you are about in life. You have to get over your feelings. I'm just saying. Well, anyway, so that was my mix of cancel culture and freedom of speech. Just know that they are taking away your freedom of speech, though. It's very slowly but surely they are doing that. You look at during the election, the last election we had, they had fact checkers. Well, they had fact checkers and other, but they were more prevalent in this election than any other one. If what you said sounded like a conspiracy theory, they would immediately swipe that out. Ban what you said, shadow ban you or whatever, and get rid of you. So that's one of the reasons why it's important to, listen to what's being said, make your own rash decision, act like a person with sense, and don't jump on every single train wreck of poor decision making people that try to cancel people, because you're going to be the ones that they cancel. Because if you have an opinion or you think critically, oh yeah, they're going to ban your freedom of speech. Now there are certain things that you need to be careful how you say things, which I need to find that scripture. It does say in the Bible, to be peaceful. If you can be at peace with everybody, do so. But if you can't, then don't. But whatever. But you have to know that if you're going to say something, be smart how you say it. Don't come from a place of destruction. Come from a place of constructive criticism, constructive words, constructive speech that's going to build and elevate society and build things. But if you need to get hostile, then that's different. But you should come with peace before you come with the sword. I'm just saying. So that's one thing I did want to cover. Let me see. So that being said, I know it's been a while. I'm actually looking at the charts right now while I've been talking, so I've been going back and forth. But looking at, I'm gonna start off with XRP for my technical analysis, and then I'm gonna get into Bitcoin and share my thoughts on where I think the market's going. I also gave a trade setup for my students last night. I'll show y'all in a second. But one of the big things for this market right now, even if I'm gonna just show y'all the chart and explain everything, so I don't have to go back and forth. Let me show y'all. All right, so we still, once again, have Ichimoku as our foundation of trading. So this was the trade setup last night I gave for my students. Let me take it off so y'all can see. I told them to enter here. Stop loss was here. Target was right there. The target should have actually been higher because this was an N wave. But let me show you. So these were the real targets here, as you see. So it hit that one-to-one measured move right there. So that was a good trade setup. But what I am seeing currently now, let me go back to that 1 hour. So the market is making a C clamp right now, which is why the market's pulling down. It was a little too late because I actually saw a trade setup. Where was it at? The trading opportunity, not setup, was right here. We had a death cross, bearish engulfing candle. Market's getting flat here, and I see the momentum starting to shift for bears right now. So right now, currently, my mind is currently bearish on the market for a little bit. Daily, on the 1 hour time frame is bullish. I could get rid of this. The 1 hour time frame is bullish because we got a bullish cloud, golden cross down here. So we're still technically bullish on this time frame, but momentum is losing at the 48-cent level, as you see here. And if you look at the bigger picture, me zooming out, let me show you this. Take this off. You're starting to see that the market's starting to find a range between this low at 42 cents and this high at 54 cents. So we could still technically move back up to 54 cents. But the way the market is looking right now, I want to see the next 3 hours what the market's going to look like before I say that, because still overall the market's still bearish on the daily and the weekly time frame, but we are starting to see bulls start to get strong in the market. But right now, currently, I do see the market moving lower, probably back down to this key June level, and that's what I would look to see if we could get a move back to the upside or a break to the downside. Key level right now is going to be right here. So if I take this off, I want to see how the market's going to fare right here and see if we could hold that. Technically, let's see, right here as well, because this area is a level of support as well. So we could see if the market holds this area. If we see this, we'll get a bounce off this level here, because the market did make support right there. So that's also what I'm looking at to see if we do get that hold right there. Some of y'all always ask me, what do I see the price? I still think this will go to 20 cents. Maybe not now, but I still believe that this market will fall to 20 cents. If you look here, look at this weekly time frame. I want to point something out to you guys why I'm truly bearish still, because I told people back here when price was like $1.30 something, that price will fall down to these levels. Y'all thought I was crazy, but look, I said the same thing is happening back in 2018, 2017, making the same formation. So we still might even reach down to 14 cents and test out these lows again. Because if you look at the bigger picture, it's a gigantic descending triangle right here, which is why I said, okay, that's what I'm basing this off of. Now, for this to still continue to the downside, what I like to see is a price to breach below the tickets in the red line here. Once that happens, then I'll be more excited about going short on the weekly time frame and to potentially catch all this to the downside to 15, 14 cents. Because once it hits 20 cents, I don't think it's just going to stop at 20. I think it's going to break below 20 and move a lot lower. But this is what I'm seeing for the bigger picture, a move down to 14 cents from this weekly. We still are very strong bearish. Can we get a move to the upside? Of course. But the highest I see it going is around the 60-cent level. Then I push lower. But right now, I'm still bearish. on the bigger picture. And then we'll probably range down here like you saw back here. It ranged from let's see, from from September all the way to November. So it took really 2 years for this to happen. So it could take another 2 years here. And by 2024, we get that move to the moon, to the upside. So we could look something like this. Move sideways for a couple years, or maybe just a year, then start moving up like this, and then back to all-time highs or whatever. Because I think once we break out this triangle for XRP, oh yeah, we will see the moon like everybody's wishing. But right now, I don't see that happening. Y'all think, a lot of people were saying this lawsuit is going to help XRP prices. I really don't think so. It might pump for a little bit, but at the end of that pump is going to be a major dump because people are going to make a lot of money for that short ride, and they're going to dump it super quick. So yeah, this is what I'm seeing right now. Let me see. I got a new toy that I'm playing with, so I'm not gonna talk about this yet because I'm still studying this yet, but this looks pretty decent. But we are seeing some flatness come in here. Hey, what's up, Killer? How you doing? Appreciate you joining the stream, brother. But yeah, this is looking pretty interesting. The market is flattening out, so we are going to have to see how it plays out here. And then looking here, we're starting to get flat here again. So that happening here, I see the market starting to think about moving lower. So I'm just gonna watch. I just want to watch this market and see how we start acting for the next 2 days. Really, I want to see how the market responds, because look, we're making this triangle. Currently it's a triangle, but this might change. But looking at this triangle here, market's ready to make its move. Even if we do break to the upside, like I said, the highest I see this going is 60 cents. Then once we get there, boom, back to the downside. So that's what I'm currently seeing. We have different scenarios, but right now, like I said, I want to see how the market's going to respond here. We're still inside a mother candle too anyway. We're in a range. So technically, after we break this range, that's going to be the true market direction. So XRP is not ready for anything yet, so stay tight. Looking at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is doing something similar to XRP, except for this one's moving a lot slower. So let me take this off. I don't need this. So I don't really need these lines here, but these are the dates that I have for trading dates when the market's gonna move. So let me get rid of these. I don't need this no more. So if you look here on this chart, you could obviously see that Bitcoin is in a gigantic range on the daily time frame, ranging from 24,906 all the way to 18,874. So seeing that, these are your levels that you're trading. You're trading the tops, you're trading the bottoms. If you're trading the bottoms, you know to go long. If you're trading the tops, you know to go short. Just like here, how you see the market was ranging. There was some bullish divergence here coming in, and you see the market's trying to take off right now. However, here's the problem. The market just now found some resistance at this Kijun level, right? At this blue line. So the market is back in equilibrium right now. So the question is, what's going to happen here? This is the most important question right now. So if y'all like to vote in the chat, 1, you could put a 1 in the chat if you think the market's going to go up, or 2 if you think the market's going to go down. So 1 for up, 2 for down. All right, we got it. Someone said it 2. All right, bet. So Anon from Twitch said 2. How about y'all on YouTube? What y'all think on YouTube? Okay, so no one, y'all ain't gonna say nothing. Okay, cool. Killer, you said, hey man, it's always great to be watching you do your thing. I'm here for one child and one child only, you know, Quant. I'm calling the name Rich Homie Quant. Hey, I feel you. Killer from YouTube says 2. Anybody else gonna vote? Y'all think we're gonna do 1 or 2 here? 1 up, 1 the market breaks this blue line going up, or 2 the market bounces off this green and green zone and blue line to the downside. 2. So we got 2 2s. Man, y'all be scared. I can't wait till I have a bigger channel so I can see people comment. I just want to see, because I like talking to you guys. Like, y'all don't understand, like, okay, because the more people that I'm able to talk to, the better the streams will be, because I'm more reaction based than, because it's kind of, I don't know if y'all ever talk to yourselves like doing like a video. Like, have you ever like did a video and you're like this? Let me do it. Like, you're like this and you're talking to the camera and you're da 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 da. It just feels awkward talking to yourself. So we got 2 2s, but like I said, y'all, I can't wait to get bigger because I know it's gonna be fun and I'm gonna use a lot of stuff that I've been waiting for. So let me see. Okay, so no one's gonna answer, so that's cool. Cool. So no one's gonna answer. All right, cool. So I personally think we're gonna do 2 as well, just because the way the market sentiment is right now, everybody's trying to get bullish. A lot of greed in the market. We are still overall bearish here. If we cannot get above this blue zone or blue line for Bitcoin, expect the market to move to the downside. And we are already seeing current rejection right now, so we actually might have a trading opportunity. Let me go to a smaller time frame and see. Let me see. Because technically this is resistance right here. So let me go down to the 1 hour time frame. I think that's where we'll have a better answer on the market. Let's see. So Killer says, I think we're going up first and then a huge dip.
Another one.
Another one. Okay. I bet. We'll see then. We'll see then. Let me see. I need to get rid of these things. Why is this? Let me move this. All right, there we go. All right. Let's see. Well, we do have some bearish divergence right now too, so this is gonna be pretty fun. Okay, so here's the bearish divergence. Let me show you from this point. We got market making higher highs. This is making lower lows, as you can see. And this is showing us that sellers are coming into the market. There's still overall buyers because it's still purple, but it's saying that sellers are pushing strong at this current level, this current resistance that we're at. What I like to see, if it's going to truly be a bear market, what I personally like to see, or a reversal, I like to see the market range here first. If we could range here first, move sideways, I'll be more inclined to say the market will drop like this first. But since we're not getting that, it looks like there could potentially be more upside movement for Bitcoin right now. And then looking at this, I'm new to using this, so don't take what I say but looking at this, it still looks like we're still moving a little bit higher. So I would still look to go long based off the 1 hour time frame. So if we do go long, let's see. And this is technically an S wave on the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, it's an S wave. So technically we should look to go here. That will take us back to 20K level. Well, it's already at 20K level, but I'm saying like 20K 700. Let's see though. Let's see. This is gonna be interesting. I want to see how this market's gonna hold at this level, because this level is very important right now. Because you know how in crypto the market could just crash at random. Now, if the market was going to crash at random, this is where it would happen at right here. The signs show that it could happen. We got a death cross. Let me show y'all. We got a death cross right here. So that's also saying that the market could just boom, die right there. We do have a bullish cloud, so that's why I'm still like kind of not so convinced just yet what's going to happen. But we have that death cross that's signifying that we could move lower. This, like I said, I'm still new to using this. I'm testing this out because I like testing stuff out. This is flat right now, so there's not really an answer for the market. This is saying that sellers are overall in the market, and that selling pressure is actually starting to pick up right here. Actually, you see that starting to pick up. So this is why I'm like, we're gonna have to see, because this next move might be like I won't say a flash dump, but it has the making of a flash drop to the downside. Not that it will, but it has the potential right here to just dump to the downside. Killer, you said, yeah, so that's what I mean. We're going to range for a bit, then dip. Okay, that's what you meant. Okay, got you. All right. Bet. Let me see. What else do I got here? Okay. So, looking at this right now, we do have that death cross, which in the cloud is starting to, flip right here. So, technically, if you're going to go short, it will be ideal to do it around this area to go short. So let me show you what it would look like. So this will be the trade setup if you were to take something like this. Where's the next level of support? Basing this off the 4 hour. Actually, no, based off the 1 hour. I wouldn't go too far. I would aim for like right here and then see if market could hold there. So if I was to take a short trade on this, be something like that. Probably even down here. Let me make this visible. Yeah, something like this. I'll move it. This is how I would look at the market. So if this happens, this is where I think the market will range, because look here. Let me take Ichimoku off so I can show y'all something real quick. So you see this level right there? This is where we have support, right? You have fractal levels being built in right there. So this is saying that we have a support level in this area. Technically this. So this is our support. So if the market comes down to here, we're going to see if the market could hold here. And if that is the case, what I would look for is this. Then I would look to see if the market ranges here and then look for that big drop. That's what I would look for here. Because the reason why I don't want to say short just yet for a big trade is because this cloud is still too thick for a drop to the downside. This is why I'm not convinced of a drop yet. And if it is to drop, I would suspect it comes to either this blue line or to this level. And then it'll pop back up and then start raging. And then we'll see the market really move to the downside or whatever direction it wants to go. But right now, for this current move, nothing. There's no short opportunity on the 1 hour time frame yet. You do have divergence, but it's not enough to say, oh, we're going to change the trend totally. But on the 15-minute time frame, you do have that showing that the market is showing that, hey, we should start looking to short here. And this is where, you know, the market could go to based off the 15-minute time frame. So that's why I'm like, okay. I like this on the 15th to trade, but not on the hour. This is what I would look for a short trade, and then close my profits, and then start looking to go long here. Because this is what could happen too. Because this is what I'm starting to see mentally starting to happen. So we have a shoulder starting to form, right? So we get this, and then we could get something like that head and shoulder pattern, and then drop. So that's what I'm looking at potentially happening there as well. Is that likely to be the case? I'm not going to say that because you can't predict the market to that extent. But you could get an idea of what the market can do before it makes its move. You have to treat this trading and investing like chess. Look at the picture, see what the market's doing, learn patterns so you can get an idea of market structure, the structure of the market, see how market affects or how the structure is broken at certain levels or how it's affected. Look at the supply and demand on the asset. Once you find that out, then you can make reasonable decisions. And then if the chart is saying it's a high probability of happening, most likely it's going to happen. But right now, the high probability of a big short is not there, but a short time short is showing itself right here. So that's why I'm leaning towards a short time short for this move here. Maybe even here, but I do think it's going to move lower at this time. Like probably in the morning when probably while I'm sleeping, the market's going to be moving. And then by the time it gets here, then I'll probably be awake. And what time will this be? 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll probably be awake around this time when the market gets to right here. So when it gets to here, then I'll know exactly what's going on. But I'm going to be asleep, so I really don't care then, unless I stay up all night and I don't plan on it. But other than that, I do see this market trying to push lower currently at this time. But on the 1 hour time frame, there's no big giant move. It's still looking bullish on the hour. So if you want to play this is the play. A short, the entry would be here at, what is that price? That price is, hold on a second. What is that entry price? The input of the entry price is 20K 197. Take profit level. If you're going to short, this is 19,843. Stop loss will be at 20,277. Now, if it doesn't trigger you in anyway, then it don't matter. So we'll see. So that's what I have for Bitcoin. The next one, I'm not going to look at Ethereum because Ethereum is doing the exact same thing. So I'm going to just look at the Dow Jones index, and then I'm going to call it a night. So I was testing out a new strategy last night on US 30, and man, I'm so mad I didn't take the trade on my real account. I was so mad. So when I test out a new strategy, I don't test it out on my real account. What I end up doing, I test it out on like a demo just to see if the strategy is working. So on the demo, man, I was so mad because It ended up making $1,161 on the demo. Just testing out that new strategy. So I'm like, for me, when I trade, I like to polish my style. Because anybody that has been watching my channel for the longest, I've never really abandoned Ichimoku. All I have done over time was learn how to make it better, learning different strategies with it, combining it, learning different indicators, learning from my teacher who's been trading pretty much just like most of my lifespan. So to get experience from somebody that's been trading for, you know, 20 plus 30 years, that's a lot of knowledge of trading to be passed down. So I haven't really abandoned this Ichimoku. I just adopted stuff and combined it with what I currently have. So I do like it. So testing out the strategy, I do like it so far, but I'm still gonna test it before I even really, really talk to people about it or whatnot. But other than that, I tested it here. What time was it when I tested it? Yeah, it was around here. No, it was right here around this area last night where I got in, and I took the trade, and then I closed out right there for 1,000. And I said, man, I should have kept it running, because I've been like $2,000 plus, or maybe even $3,000 trade. But point is, it was a big trade. It was awesome. I like the strategy. But for now, the Dow Jones, I still think the Dow Jones is going to move to the downside. We have formed an N wave here, and we may hit that 1-to-1 level. Now we're forming a new N wave here. Excuse me, and I think we're going to go a little bit low. I do think we're going to reach this level. If y'all remember my live stream on the US 30 specifically, we hit all 4 targets. If you follow me on Twitter, I posted it on Twitter. I said that we would do it. Let me actually pull that up right now. Twitter. So I just want to show you guys. I got a lot of notifications. So let me show y'all on Twitter. So here was. So here was the last time I had a live stream here. And if y'all don't believe me, here's the link for it. Because I know how people are on social media. Well, show me proof. Shut up. I don't have to show you nothing. But since I know people are that way, here it is. Go to this live stream. I had these targets in place. And if you go to the live stream, you can see that I told people these were the targets. If we go back to the chart, boom, these were the targets. So that being said, y'all, I still believe that this market's going to come down and go lower. What's up, Navi-chan? How you doing? I appreciate you being here. Another one from Twitch. I think we had, let me see. Okay. So it still said we have 1 viewer from Twitch. That's interesting. It said 2 earlier, but that's fine. But anyway, so I hope you're doing well, Navi. Thanks for coming. It has been a minute. I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. And how about you? You still playing Apex? I actually might stream Apex. I might actually start doing streaming on Apex on just Twitch. So I might do my trading stuff on YouTube, and then on Twitch I'll just move and do my gaming. Apex is my favorite game so far for streaming. And then my second favorite game that I started streaming was Enter the Gungeon. You said, yes, sir. Sick at the moment, but we'll be fine soon. Well, I hope you get better. I pray that you get better. I hope you have a speedy recovery and that you feel a lot better. That you're like good as new. So, yeah, I hope that's the case for you. I pray that's the case. May you be healed. Yes, you're definitely welcome. Looking at this right now, though, this market, I still say this is going to come down to this level. when the market did fall down to our targets, it fell down 43K points, which is huge for trading forex. 4,300 points in stock terms, but 43,000 points in forex terms. But that's still a big amount of points. But I still think this market will fall. Let's see. I don't really need that, but let's do that anyway. Let's see. Market is slowing down right now. The reason why I know the market's slowing down right now, if ever you see my candles turn gray, grayish, whitish, whatever color you see, I don't know what color you see, but if you ever see it change to a gray color, usually that means the momentum of that move is starting to fade. All right, whether that be bullish or bearish. Like, so see how the market was here, was going down, blue, 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 and then another blue, and then bam, gray. Momentum's losing. Then another gray candle, momentum's still losing, but slightly going up. But then it flipped purple, and then you had that bull run. And then here you see it's, it's turning gray right here. So momentum's starting to slow down for the buyers. Not saying that the market can't still move higher, but it's saying that their momentum is definitely slowing down. So we might make a support on a resistance level here. So I will keep an eye on that. Technically, we are making, because sellers are coming in right now. So this might be our opportunity to go short here. Look for a potential short. If anything, I might want to come down to maybe like the 15-minute time frame and catch a move. Yeah, because right here it looks more optimal for a better trading position. You already have a death cross, and you're right on that support. No, oh my God, right on that resistance level. So I do like that for a potential move to the downside. Let me put this right there. So I do like that. But yeah, I am seeing weakness here. Sellers are already starting to come in. What I want to see is momentum, though. Here it's showing you momentum. Here it's showing you momentum too for sellers. But I'm not gonna take that. It's not ready to take it yet. So I'm gonna watch this some more. See if it ranges a little bit more, and then I'm gonna look for a short. So I like this for a short trade. If I could get y'all a trade, if we could find a trade back to the downside like this, best believe we're gonna make some massive profit there. So let's say that, let's just say it happens, right? Let's just pretend like this market dropped all the way down here. Let's say that did happen. So if it was to fall back down to where this is saying, that's 1,400 points, right? So in stock terms. But if it shorts down to, in forex terms, that's 14,000 points right there. So if you're using forex terms and you're trading with forex leverage, if you use a dollar, a dollar trade, that's $14,000 for this one trade. If you use a $10 trade, do 14,000 times 10. That's how much money you make. Just saying. But, a lot of people don't know that's how, trading Forex works. That's why I said, man, if I could catch a good trade on this, you could easily make 6 figures in one trade. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is to make smart decisions and see if you could catch smart moves as well. Right now, it's looking like it might be a trading opportunity. I'm not lying. I do see it coming down, but I don't think it'll come down this far. But if it does, I'll be major. Anon, you said you're shorting Atom? Okay. If you're shorting Atom, how long have you been in shorting Atom? And what price did you get in at too? Let me see. All I know is that this current market right now looks like it wants to drop for US 30, the Dow Jones. If it does happen, this is where it would happen at. So that's why I'm like, oh, I'm gonna keep my eyes on this. Actually, I'm gonna tell my students to keep an eye on this. Hold on a second. I'm gonna tell my students right now. Let me see. Crap. I messed up. There we go. I said US 20. Wow, really? I'm messing up. There we go. All right, just was sending a message to the group. Hopefully they get it. So it keeps hitting resistance at 13 cents, tight stops. Okay. Yeah, you got to be careful with those tight stops, because if you don't give the market enough room to move, then it'll go boom, hit your stop, then it'll drop. Like that, the market is so fickle sometimes. Sometimes they'll give you what you want, but it'll knock you out first, and then it'll give you exactly what you want, or exactly what you were looking for. Oh man, man, I'm really tempted to take this short right here, but I want to wait for this candle to close in the next 10 minutes. Oh, you said 13. Oh, $13.13. Okay, got you. You meant that's what you meant. Okay, got you. Anon, are you a subscriber on YouTube, on my YouTube as well? Or are you just a subscriber on my Twitch page, or a follower on the Twitch page? Cause sometimes people think I'm crazy because I'll read a comment from from Twitch, and then they're like, "Who are you talking to?" And like, no, I'm talking to my Twitch people. So are you on YouTube and Twitch, or are you just on Twitch? YouTube forever? Okay, got you, got you. So you're just on Twitch right now. Well, I appreciate you following me on Twitch. I appreciate that. I'll take that. That's a W in my book. That's a W. That is a W. I'll take it. Let's see. Other than that, let's see. I don't really have too much here to say, because there's nothing really going on with the market right now. I don't want to just guess what's happening. I want to actually find trades for everybody to take. The whole point of live trading is to find some trades and, make money together. But hey, there ain't no opportunity tonight, so I'm like, it's one of those nights. It might not be until London session, and I'm gonna be asleep anyway. I don't want to stay up late. I had a super bad. Part of the reason why I took a break from live streaming as well was because my sleep schedule was just messed up. That's the nice way to say it. The mean way to say it was effed up. So my schedule was just all over the place. I did not sleep. I slept in the day, was awake at night. So I would literally fall asleep at 4 a.m., wake up at between 12 noon to 2 in the afternoon, and then, or maybe even later. But I would sleep for a long time, and sometimes even 3. My sleeping pattern was jacked up for a while. So I'm glad my sleeping pattern's not bad no more. I think I was drinking way too much coffee. I was staying up late, and then Jack just really jacked me up. And Navi, I know you love coffee. Oh yeah, since you love coffee, Navi, I have a suggestion for you. If you're still here, I don't know if you're still here, but if you ever do, try buttered coffee. It sounds gross, but butter coffee is actually legit good. And I said, well, I tried it for the first time recently. I can't go back to regular coffee. I could, but it don't. It's just disrespectful. But yeah, if you ever try coffee, you guys try butter coffee. Navi, I know you like coffee, so try that out if you're still here. Yeah, butter or coconut oil. Yeah, it's so good. Or you can mix the two. That's what I do. I mix butter and coconut oil in the coffee, and then I put the coffee in it, and then I heated it up. It was already heated up, but I put it in the blender, and then let it blend together, and then I added the brown sugar and the sweetener of my choice, the creamer of my choice, which I prefer Irish cream. If you're gonna try anything, Irish cream is the best in my opinion. Excuse me, but yes, it worked really good. You said you do both on carnivore diet. Yeah, it hits differently. I don't know what it is, but it hits differently. You said, "Oh, no sugar or cream needed, bro." Really, you don't put no sugar or cream in it, man. The reason why I put sugar and cream in it because I just like sweets. That's the only time I really get my sweets is in coffee. Like I don't like if I eat candy or cake or whatever, it's very rare. Or ice cream is very rare. I don't eat too much sweets, so I get my sweets from coffee. And I don't drink coffee like I used to, like a lot. So I get my sweets when I can. Oh, keto coffee. Oh, okay, got you. Hey, keto coffee. I feel you on that. Let's see. But right now, I don't see any opportunities right now for a trade. Everything's probably going to happen at night or in the next few hours, which I will not be here. After this, I'm about to make me some ramen. If y'all know, I make a mean ramen. Somebody tried my ramen. I made ramen for my sister, and my sister's very critical on food. Like we are very judgmental when it comes to food. If you like, I'm not saying we judge you based off your cooking, but if you cook bad around me and my sister, you better you will be, we will let you know that your food was not good if it was bad. Okay, this is how brutally honest. I told okay, for one day I went to go visit my mom and she made a dish. And I know when my mom puts love in the dishes or not. So she made a dish, right? And just to be honest, I said, "Mom, what the hell is this?" like I said, "You don't love me no more. Like what do you do?" She said, "It's not good." I said, "No, it's not good." Like what you do? So if I could say that to my own mom, I'm definitely gonna say it to y'all if y'all can't cook. Cause I love good food. If food is bad, best believe I'm going to let you know your food sucks. And if I'm dating you, if you are a female watching this, and if I'm dating you and your food sucks, I'm going to let you know. And this is why I cook. And, it was funny because the other day, it was actually maybe 3 weeks ago. Yeah, probably 3 weeks ago. So I watched this video. It was these rich guys talking on a podcast, right? He said only broke people cook, and I thought about it for a moment. And I said, "Damn, I'm broke." He said, "I'm broke," cause y'all know I like to cook, right? He says broke people cook because they have the time to cook. People that have money don't have time to cook. I said, "Dang, I don't even know if I agree with that." But when I thought about I was thinking all the celebrities, they have maids, they have all these people that cook for them, they're always on the go. I said, maybe I am broke. Maybe I don't have the maybe I'm not as rich as I thought. But there's different types of wealth anyway, so I'm still rich in different areas of my life, so whatever. But it was funny the way he said it, because I cook a lot, and that's why I'm saying if you cook bad, I'm gonna make fun of your cooking. I'm very critical on cooks. So if you cook bad, I'm just going to let you know, especially if I'm dating you. If you suck at cooking, I'm just going to say you step it up. I said if I ever, the day I get married and my wife eats my food, she's gonna get fat. So I'm gonna make sure that I take her to the gym and I take her to, and whip her up some good food because I'm not having no fat wife. Like if she's fat, it's going to be only because she's pregnant. But if you're fat by choice, we're gonna have a little bit of fights. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna be real. That's why I'm honest with people up front. I believe if you're honest with people up front, you won't waste time. It gets stuff out the way. People know if they want to deal with you or not. Easy. That's how you should do I think that's how people need to be, but I think people are too scared to be that way nowadays. But anyway, maybe I'm just petty. I don't know. But other than that, you guys, I don't see any opportunities right now. Let me see here. Okay, here's an opportunity right here. But I just don't know how far it's going to go down. That's the problem. And I don't know if I want to stay up and watch this. So I want to eat my ramen right now. So let me see. If I was going to take a short here. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. This would be the trade setup right here. I wouldn't put too much stock in it going down this far, but I would look at this one-to-one target. So I would enter the trade right now and then put a very tight stop loss on this one. Like there. That's still 500 points, so that's not bad. I would take that. So that would be the trade there. Actually, I might take that. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Very tight stop. XRP is definitely going down right now. I'm looking at that trade from testing this strategy that I've been doing. The XRP is definitely falling right now. Let me see. So yeah, if you take this trade, this is what it's going to be right here. Other than that, you guys, if y'all enjoyed the live stream, drop a fire emoji in the chat. If you are still here, I appreciate you. God bless you. Definitely subscribe if you have not subscribed already. We know that cold season is coming. I have some merch for you guys. I have some, if you want to check out the merch, type in exclamation point merch and it should come up. It'll take you to the merch store so you can check out the new stuff that I have for you guys. I think it's pretty dope. I have two types of sweaters. I have regular edition and I have the crowned edition. So check out that if you are interested. Also, one of these days y'all gonna see me wearing it on the live stream. So I will be doing that. I will, like I said, I won't be streaming like so often, but I will try to do as many as I can. And if y'all want me to talk about a topic, join the Discord. Let me put the Discord in the chat so y'all could have it. So whenever you join the Discord, all you have to do, once you join the Discord, give me topics to talk about. Like just say in the main chat, whatever topics you want me to cover, I'll cover that. I'll talk about it on the live stream. Because I'm trying to be diverse. I'm not just, day trading. I talk about UFC. I talk about martial arts. I talk about fighting. I talk about finance. I talk about politics. I talk about relationships advice. I talk about men. I talk about women. I talk about everything on here. I'm very diverse in what my topics are. I'm not shy to talk about any topic. I think, the bigger the range of things you have to speak about, the better, the more well-rounded you are as an individual. instead of just being narrow in one area. Oh, look, we're in profit already. Look at that. Oh, look at that. We just hit target 1. Let's go. But anyway, once again, you guys, I'm not going to be here. I'm about to sign out. I'm about to make me some ramen. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. Y'all be blessed in Jesus' name. I will see y'all in the next stream. I will announce it in the Discord. I will also announce it on social media. So y'all stay tuned for next. Thank y'all for starting over with me on episode 000. Episode 1 will be out next time. So y'all be blessed. Peace.